Hey family, it is Netta with Black Lives Count, and I am back at you with another video. And this time we have decided to do a live video so that hopefully, if you come in the video while we are doing the video, then we can interact with you personally. And I love that. This is going to be fun. So, family, as you can see, the title says, or the question is asked, have the Black Panther Party been hijacked by immigrants? What's going on, family, here? So, I know most of you have saw, and if you have not saw, there was an interaction in Philadelphia of a protest, people protesting against ICE. And lo and behold, the Black Panther Party showed up. Not only did they show up, but they showed up very aggressively, may I add. It didn't seem like the Black Panther Party, and I'm just gonna be real with you. We all have known about the Black Panther Party since the '60s, okay, when they came into play, or the '70s. I'm sorry, and the Black Panther Party was made up of foundational Black Americans who were trying to, gain economic freedom and build up the community by policing their own community, so that that would keep down Black Americans being unalived by police officers and others, by providing school lunches. And that was very, very innovative for that time, because before that time there were no free school lunches in schools. And so they did that for their community. And after they were taken out by the United States government, then the United States government took that program and started and copied it, and started, doing lunch programs for the schools. And we know whose schools they were for. Okay, it was for. So yeah, this is so ridiculous on so many levels. I'm going to read you a snippet, family, from an article. you know this is the kind of thing that happens, but let's discuss it. So this is an article by the Griot. It says, as tensions between the public and U.S. Immigration Customs Enforcement mount following an ICE agent's shooting and killing of an unarmed U.S. citizen in Minneapolis, the Black Panther Party for Self Defense has shown up in a supportive capacity in Philadelphia, and they did not come to play. Last week, members claiming to belong to the Black Panther Party for Self Defense's Philadelphia chapter attended an ICE demonstration at Philadelphia Hall. In the footage that is circulating online, the members, dressed in black bomber jackets emblazoned with the white and Black Panther logo berets and carrying militia style weapons, said they were there to keep the people safe. In fact, Paul Birdsong, who identified himself as the chairman for the Philadelphia chapter, thinks things would have ended differently if they were on site on January 7th, the day ICE agent Jonathan Ross opened fire on Renee Good and killing her. Okay, family, I don't even need to go on any further. I'm going to stop right there. Now, the audacity for me. First of all, we know this is not the original, nor did they stem from the original Black Panther Party, okay? This is a complete lie. I don't know who these people are. I don't know where they came from. We don't know their history and their background, and we need to be looking real suspect at these people who are calling themselves the Black Panther Party and going out there fighting ICE for immigration, illegal immigration, may I add, when we said we was resting, okay? See, this is the kind of thing that has happened for many, many years. Just like with the Black Lives Matter community group, you know what I'm saying? How that was hijacked, okay, by the LGBTQ group, okay, and then now the right wing are looking at the black at the Black Lives Matter entity as a terrorist group. Okay, family, do not believe that this was the Black Panther Party. That and if it is, then it has been hijacked, as I said, by immigrants, and I believe the either the Republicans or the Democrats or both sides, because this is something that should not be occurring. First of all, you ain't even got out there that I can see, okay, in 2026 and started fighting for Black people's rights. Why are you out there fighting for illegal immigration rights, okay? This is ridiculous. And a white woman who, as far as I'm concerned, caused her own demise by standing in front of that officer or sitting in front of that officer with her car and then trying to run him over. Family, this is a disgrace, and we should not accept it as anything less than a disgrace. The Black Panther Party is supposed to be out there for first and foremost fighting for the rights of Black Americans. Okay, this is what that group, and when Huey Newton came up with that group, him and his fellow brothers, that is what that was meant for. That's what the intending uh, targeted party was for. It was for Black, foundational Black Americans. We should be very dismayed, disgusted, and upset. This is outlandish, and we should not accept this sitting down. And every one of us should be writing in to the Philadelphia chapter and every other chapter, the Washington, D.C. chapter, and anybody else we need to let them know our dismay with them, because you are out there talking about allegedly saying putting a bullet in an ICE agent's chest for a white woman that was unalive, but you're not out there right now for Black people. Okay, and that's the way I feel about it. And I'm not saying just because somebody is Black, okay, that they should be fighting for them or not. I'm saying this: foundational Black Americans developed the Black Panther Party at a time that it was much needed for the foundational Black Americans in the country that had not, at that point, and this one either, been treated as we should have. So there was no reason for them to be out there this past week with the illegal, and we're going to keep saying that, illegal immigration, okay, tactics, okay, that we know the Democrats are at the forefront of. This is ridiculous, okay? And we should not be okay with this. This is terrible. When I saw that, I was just really disgusted. I could not fathom that the so-called Black Panther Party, okay, of the freedmen, okay, for freedmen, for foundational Black Americans, for ADOS, however you want to go by the name of it, that's what we are. We are foundational Black American. We are the descendants of slaves. That group was created, that agency was created, or organization was created for our benefit. It's okay if they fight for other Blacks, that we don't have a problem with that. The problem comes, family, when you are out there fighting for this white woman, number one, because that's what it is, who was unalived by her own means, by her impeding an officer, a federal officer, from doing their job, okay, and in a threatening manner, because she tried to run him over, her and her spouse, okay, who was allegedly standing back there telling her to drive off, while the ICE officers were telling her to get out of the car. Okay, so this is by their own hands. Okay, that is how that happened. Okay, and for the Black Panther Party to be out there protesting and threatening ICE officers on behalf of her, where were they Where were they? Where were they threatening the officer who unalived Sonia Massey? Where were they then? Why didn't we hear them in the streets saying that they would go and allegedly do something to that officer? Okay, we didn't hear that, did we? We didn't hear that then. We didn't hear that with George Floyd, did we? Did we hear any Black Panther Party chair get up and say that they were going to do anything to Derek Chauvin? We didn't hear that. When Trayvon Martin was taken out, we didn't hear a Black Panther Party so-called chair get up and say they were going to take out uh, the one who whatever that, because I try to forget his name. When Tamir Rice was taken out, did we hear anybody from the Black Panther Party say that they would put something through anybody's chest of the anybody that was involved? We didn't hear that, did we? So for this chapter of the Black Panther Party in Philadelphia to get on national TV and threaten and allegedly threaten an ICE agent, okay, and then for a white woman that got out there on her own, in her own head, her and her spouse, her other, okay, and tried to hit this officer, okay, because that's what she did. We all saw it, and you're getting out there for her, but you didn't get out there for Sonia Massey. You didn't get out there and tell any of the officers who unalived Breonna Taylor that you was going to put something through their chest, allegedly. You didn't do that. I'm so disgusted at that, and as we all should be. You all should be very disgusted and dismayed at this person that did this. This makes no sense. That got out there and said that. They need to remove him. He needs to be reprimanded. He needs to be removed from that position. He needs to, because I haven't seen any other of the co-chairs or anybody get out and say that. I have not seen that. But this it made news. It made headlines. Everybody has saw that. I just am very disgusted at that. He should absolutely have to step down and let someone else step up there, because it's apparent, in my opinion, that he does not have the ability to understand his role and his duties. Okay, how do you, when this organization was created by foundational Black Americans, okay, for foundational Black Americans and others, okay, when necessary, other melanated Black communities, but it was created for and by foundational Black Americans, okay? How do you then get out there and want to, with the protest, and they're not even protesters. These are not protesters. These are rioters. These are rioters because, first of all, they are out there threatening officers, threatening federal officers, doxing their information, going in the cars. Did you see there was a recording? Some of them did, and it was a woman. It was a white woman. They had broken the federal agents' cars and stole confidential papers. Did you see that? These are rioters. They are committing crimes. They are committing federal crimes, and they should be jailed. As far as I'm concerned, they should all be jailed. Okay. But for you to get out there and in support of these people in that community, that's not what you were developed for, sir. That's not what that organization was developed for. He took it too far, and it was ridiculous. We all need to be complaining, family, because this has gone too far. And this is why I say, and I'm just going to be real. Had this happened in 2020, okay, because in 2020, when George Floyd was unalive, I didn't see or hear or see, because see, this I saw with my own two eyes. I didn't see a Black Panther member, okay, like a chair, somebody in charge, get on national news and say, had they been there, allegedly, it wouldn't have happened. And no ICE agent is coming up to him, Okay. I didn't see that in 2020 with the protests and the things that were going on. I didn't see it. And if you did, let me know, you know. But this is, again, another hijacking of an organization that Black America has created for the purpose of fighting white supremacists. Okay? White supremacy. This is another instance demonstrating something that we have created being hijacked. Okay? Hijacked in the name of something that is not affiliated with us. And I'm not saying, look, I don't have anything against anybody. But as far as I'm concerned, I said it and I stand on it and I'm going to continue to say it. The woman, unfortunately, should have had her ass at home. Okay? That's just the bottom line. Or if she was going to be out there, she should have stood on the sideline like other people did, okay? Or were doing. In fact, like her spouse was doing. Her spouse didn't say, "Hey, wait a minute, let me get in behind that the driver's seat. Get out, baby, and I'm gonna get in." She didn't do that. Okay? She stood at the side or wherever she was at the rear of the vehicle and told her to drive, baby, drive. That's what I heard. And if anybody has watched the whole video, that's what they heard as well. Okay? And for damn sure, the Black Panther Party was not created or developed to fight illegal immigration. People that are here in this country illegal. I'm telling you, family, this is a nightmare. It is a nightmare. It really is. But, let me know what you think, family, in the comments. It is crazy. It is something that is really getting ridiculous. And we have to, this is why the delineation movement is happening. This is why we are delineating. This is also why we have to, gatekeep. We have to gatekeep everything, family. This is why we must start gatekeeping and continue to the delineation process because it's necessary, you know? All right, family. I thank you so much for listening to my rant first and foremost and joining the video. I really do appreciate each and every one of you. Let me know what you think in the comments. I mean, this is something we have to really continue to be diligent on and keep our focus on so that we can keep a rein on this, because this is not a good thing. All right, family. Peace, love, and blessings to each and every one of you. I thank you so much for joining and watching the video. Please like, share, and comment if you should like to. And Black Power, family. All right. Take care. Bye-bye.